But yeah, I would definitely urge everybody to, do what's best for you and stay safe. Buy black, build black, whatever you can, and that song, what is that? The Who's Next? Everybody, yeah, that's how we need to treat these companies. Yeah. Who's next? Yeah, because we doing away with you. I don't care if this company has the best chicken. I don't care if this company if they don't support black or they contribute to a political party or a president that is against DACA, would enforce ICE agents to separate families and their kids, who is disgusted by the Black Lives Matter movement and calls them us thugs and things like that. Yeah, they got to go. So I definitely encourage everybody to buy black, be bold, and they're gonna get this work. You don't like it, you can turn your head. Your eyes open and shut. So if I walk by and you staring, I've always been that way, even when I was in school. They were like, and they, because some people like, oh, who you staring? I'm like, hey, what's up? You gonna get a whole show. I'm gonna be posing and everything. They were like, this girl ain't got no sense. Yeah, but because you staring, like you gonna get this whole work. And so, but in this climate, and that's another thing, do you feel it necessary to educate people at this point? Because that's my main thing. Like I'm done. Like, Google.
That part. Yeah. Google. Some people choose to be ignorant. I mean, I have some people that
exactly
I know personally, African American. I voted for Trump because this, and that, and I'm just like, how are we cool, And I don't know. This has really shown a lot of people true colors, because even a girl I used to work with, she's white. Her name's Morgan, and she was like, Black lives don't matter, all lives matter. And I had to keep from flipping the table over. I mean, like I said, I didn't come a long way attitude-wise, but don't be ignorant. Obviously, all lives matter, but it ain't all lives matter they're threatening right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so you kind of have to be conscious. But then, like I said, I'd rather you be an open racist than be a closed door racist. I need to be racist in my face so I can see you and I can point you out. I don't need you being racist and I have to worry about you, running me down or something like that, and
Yeah.
So.
Paul, did you have something?
And I always say that people perish because of the lack of knowledge. And that is a very strong statement with me. And the Black community lacks knowledge in so many different areas. And so I always tell my people, make sure you get your facts. Make sure that you are up to date in what's current and what's going on, than to be living back in the Stone Ages. Because even with HIV and AIDS, the Black community live in the old days. They have the old point of view. But just get knowledge. We perish. Black people in general perish because of the lack of knowledge.
And that's another thing that I'll say about being willfully ignorant. It's like, because there's too much information, and the way HIV and AIDS are hitting our community, for you not to know the basics of, for you not to be tested on a regular basis. It makes absolutely no sense to me. So we need to stop with the willful ignorance. But as far as our counterparts being willfully ignorant, no, I'm good, because I'm not about to educate you on what it is to be Black, or that there's actually racism that exists. You're willfully ignorant because you sit in white privilege, and that allows you to basically, if it doesn't affect me, then it's not happening. So, because it doesn't affect me personally. And that's where, they're going to have to change that for themselves. That's not up to us to do that. But like you said, our community needs to be stop being willfully ignorant. Go at least go to the doctor. See if you got high blood pressure. See if you got diabetes. Because I think like the COVID is really knocking us down, because we have existing conditions because we won't go to the doctor and we don't even know we have them.
Yeah.
Now, mental health check-in. How is everybody doing with the COVID? Like with the COVID situation, as far as having to stay at home, and now everything is back open, but it's like I don't want to go. I'm kind of got one toe out because I don't really want to get out there real good because I'm trying to catch nothing.
She said one toe.
One toe because I'm scared. I don't like it.
I've gotten used to it. Wearing my gloves and my mask is just I'm OCD, so I'm always a clean freak. So me going out to the stores, okay, I bet I got to go to the store and stuff like that. He's okay. So I'm going out and just going shopping. It feels like the normal for me because I'm always OCD. I don't like people touching me. I don't want to be touched and stuff like that. So it's normal for me now.
I was happy to wear a mask. I was happy anyway. I was the first one. I had bought a whole bunch of them.
Well, see, that's you. You don't wear glasses, Shalisa. Those of us that have to wear glasses and these masks, you breathing, you fat, you trying to walk up to the stove, and it's a lot. It's a struggle, okay?
That's why I can't cook with glasses. I can't because I'm not going to get anything done. I have to wear my contacts. And sometimes because you're more comfortable with your glasses and contacts anyway. But I can't cook with them on. I was gonna wear my glasses the whole time we was in quarantine. I opened that stove, my glasses fogged up, I almost burnt the chicken. It was like halfway done because I couldn't see nothing.
Yeah, because trust me, that's my struggle. If I go in there, open up that oven to see what Paul is cooking.
You have to do like this.
And then look, I'll be getting out at the store because with me, like, since we're at home, there's a lot of downtime. So I might nod off or anything like that. And I can't do that with them contacts. I wake up feeling like, I don't know. I just can't do it with my contacts. So then I'll wear my glasses. So if people are like, hey, let's run somewhere real quick, I'm not going to go upstairs to put these contacts in just so we can go off and throw these glasses just so we can go. But then when you put that mask on and you sitting here like Darth Vader, it's a struggle.
Air blowing in your mouth.
It's a struggle. But mentally, honestly, we both enjoyed being at home. So being at home majority of the time was just fine with us. Now this one is getting kind of like restless because he does work during the day, but he works downstairs, I work upstairs. Then we meet in the middle. But by the time we both off, he's like, all right, let's go for a walk, or let's go to the mailbox, go outside and run with the dogs. Let's do something because I need to do something.
I'm not a homebody. Like, even working, I go out in the community. I see clients every single day, all day long, 8:30 to 5. I'm in different places. I see different people. So actually being at home, not being able to go to church, not being able to go see a whole lot of family, it's like I'm confined to this compound. Mm-hmm. And so about 5:30, I'm ready to leave the compound. I'm ready for something different. And so even being able to see my clients on Zoom and things like that and check in with them, it's still not the same as looking at them eyeball to eyeball. Yeah. Because they'll tell me they're fine through Zoom, but actually being able to see them and put my eyes on them, then, it might be a different scenario. And so I like to be able to be one-on-one with my patients and clients that I see.
Yeah, that's good because you're definitely hands-on. But are you finding that that the majority of your clients that you're able to see them through like telehealth or Zoom?
Because I serve a lot of the clients in the Black community, they lack internet, they lack computer, things like that. And so being able, of course, you can always go get the little prepaid phones and things like that, but this is a struggle for them because they're having to change their way of living. And a lot of people who I see and different things like that, they just don't have those necessities. They don't have those things that we take for granted. And so sometimes I just have to accept a phone call. And to me, it feels like I'm cutting them short because they can be telling me, oh, I'm fine. But really, they hadn't eaten in 2 days, or they don't have the necessities to go get their medication that they need. But they're going to tell me that they're fine because, wow, they don't want me to worry. But then they're thinking, oh, well, if I tell him I'm going without, then he's going to, get worried, and then he's going to be reaching out more often, and then he's going to want to see me, and I don't want him to see me like this. And so it kind of makes it hard. But for those who I can Zoom and do have all the necessities to reach out to me, they're doing great. It's those handful, you know, the ones that are 18 to 23 who live on their own, who got kicked out of homes, who's living in a shelter. Those are the ones who I reach out to and who I strive the hardest to connect with.
Yeah, that's good. Now, speaking of health, I'm going to draw my attention to Paul. Now, I know you're in the healthcare field, and so we were discussing PrEP and Descovy when I spoke with you. So I want to know, like, what is each one for? Like, what does it do, and who is it for? Because I know, I think one of them is a difference if you have to be male or female. So can you?
PrEP is the name of the pill, which is a pre-exposure pill. And pre mean, you know, before you contract the virus. PrEP, Descovy, and Truvada. Truvada is the old pill. A lot of people who are going through hormone changes, a lot of individuals who are doing a transgender change, they're normally on the Truvada pill. A lot of men who are just gay men who are not taking any hormone pills are normally on the Descovy pill. As all doctors tell you, there are side effects to that pill, which is liver and kidney dysfunction. And it's a pill that you have to take. Descovy is a new pill that came out in January. You take it daily. You try to take it the same time every day. And taking that pill, if you do not take it, let's say you take it at 10 o'clock every night, but this one night you forgot the pill, and you take it at 2 in the morning, there's still enough of this regimen in your body to detect you from contracting HIV, if that was to encounter.
Okay. So now the PrEP, can male or female take the PrEP?
You would go and see your physician and see what's best for them after they do your blood work and things like that. PrEP is for men and PrEP is for women. A lot of women look down upon PrEP because they'll say, well, you know, I'm in a heterosexual relationship and I don't need it, but you're not with your partner every single day. You don't know what your partner is doing every single day. And so with that being said, I love me. So I'm taking it for me first and for my relationship second. And so I encourage everybody, you know, if it works with you and your physician doesn't mind, and like I always tell people, go to a PrEP provider physician. Don't go to your primary care doctor because they lack the knowledge of everything that this pill can do and do for your body. And so go to a physician who knows more about the pill, and it's not just going to give you a 6-month supply. And on month 5, you're having liver and kidney dysfunction, and they're just not checking because, wow, they just don't know about the regimen. Go to a PrEP provider who specializes in this just PrEP.
Okay. And how would you find the PrEP providers?
Well, there's so many here in the Dallas area. You can go to CHE, which is Center of Health and Empowerment off of Martin Luther King. There's a great physician over there. I work with her daily who provides PrEP as well as the Fast Start for HIV positive patients. You have UT Southwestern Medical Center who have not a PrEP clinic, but they can provide PrEP assistance for you. You have PRISM, you have Abounding Prosperities, you have so many different agencies here in the DFW area. And also you always have Dallas County with an appointment.
Okay. Because I think the number one problem that we have as African-American women, period, we think because we're in a relationship, you know, we shouldn't, you know, there's no need, you know, to do it. And if we're married, you know, we shouldn't even be, you know, getting the STD check. And now that's probably one of the
and STIs are on a high.
I've ever heard, you know, because even if you're in a good relationship, healthy relationship, you should not have any issue with me doing this for myself.
And sexually transmitted infections are on a rapid here in Dallas County. Syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia, they just rotate around each other. But like I tell my clients, I tell Bay over here, I tell Marcus and Taj all the time, even with being on Descovy, you still want to practice safe sex, and that's with the condom. because actually at the end of the day, PrEP is only going to prevent you from HIV, not gonorrhea, not chlamydia, not syphilis, none of those STIs, sexually transmitted infections. Only HIV, if taken properly, will it prevent you.
Yeah, y'all remember them videos from school? Yeah.
With
Pamphlets
the
and
little
stuff.
bumps and things.
I was like, ugh, that look like it hurt. Like,
Yeah.
does somebody say they don't want to use one? I'm like, get up. I'm not finna be a little bumpy. You're not finna nickname me, sir.
Exactly.
Let's try and catch a case.
You heard me? The funeral appointment. Dude, I might need to run a funeral home or something. Y'all gonna get in like get some money. Now with the SCOBY, is that for male and female?
Descovy, as I say, go to your physician and see what's best for your body. Descovy can be taken for male and female. Truvada, they're still handing it out to individuals who have been on it a long time, 5 or 6 years, because when I actually first started with this before it turned into Descovy, and I was on PrEP in 2012 when I was in my college days, I was on Truvada. But Truvada was so hard on my liver and kidney, so my physician took me off of it. And then later here in the past year, they put me on Descovy, which is supposed to be a little softer on my liver and my kidney. And it has worked tremendously thus far. But yes, it is for men and women.
Yeah. So definitely.
And with that, you also have to go get tested every 3 months, which is every 90 days, in order for you to get your refill on your medication. And you do a full panel testing, which is chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis. You do throat, you do anal, and you do blood. And so we check all 3 areas because you can actually catch gonorrhea and chlamydia in all 3 areas. It's not, wherever you're practicing sex, you can catch that, And so with that being said,
wherever you stick it, that's where you get it.
Yeah, if you're having oral sex, you can catch it orally. If you're having anal sex, you can catch it anal. If you're having vaginal, you can catch vaginal. And so, it's necessary to get all 3 ways checked because, if one lacks this area and you're holding this virus and this infection, then you're transmitting it out to other people.
Exactly. Okay, so we're gonna just distill a few myths. Okay. I was always told if you are sexually active and pretty much single sexually active and you have multiple partners, even if you are practicing safe sex, you should get an HIV test every 3 months.
With that being said, I agree with you tremendously. If you are sexually active, whether it's oral sex, which is one of the lowest ways of contracting HIV, yes, you should be tested every 3 months. If you have 2 or more partners, you should be tested every 3 months. If you're meeting people on dating sites, random hookups, I would suggest for you to be tested every 2 months because you're at a higher risk. And if you're not using condoms at all, every 2 months, I wouldn't worry about the 3rd month. I would just go get tested every 2 months, and I would do a full panel testing for everything.
Now, do you feel like it's more acceptable in the LGBTQ community for people to keep testing, even if they're in relationships? Because I find in the heterosexual community, it's like, oh, you don't trust me or something like that.
That's
for me.
I call that a defense. When my clients come in and they're heterosexual and they say, well, I had to sneak here to test because my boyfriend really don't want me to test. That's a red flag for you and for him. Because if he cares about his health, he's going to encourage you to go get tested. And then in the LGBTQ community, they're more so they want to go get tested if it's going to benefit them. Meaning, what do you have for me if I come to your agency or I come get tested? And that's not the way to look at it. First, it's your health. Yeah. And secondly, I always tell my clients that I sat in a seminar here before the COVID came out, and we was just sitting in there, and then sitting in there, you would hear everybody saying, you know, I've been HIV positive for this many years. I've been HIV positive for this many years. And when it got to me, who I was number 87, I was the first one to stand up and say, well, I'm HIV negative. And they looked at me, and they looked at me with a look of shame. And I was like, I felt kind of out of place. And I kind of pondered on that a while, and I told my supervisor about it, and she said, well, you know, in some cases, they accept you better if you're already positive than if you're negative, because it's easier if you're already positive. And I had a client one time who told me, I want to be positive, that way I'm accepted by my peers. Because it's easier if I'm already positive to be accepted by my peers than to be that oddball and be negative. Because then they're looking at me like, you know, we got HIV, but you're different.
Wow. Okay. So y'all are making, because like we got the same issues, but different, you know, angles of it. So. But yes, I want to thank y'all very, very much for coming on the Shalisa Experience, and let me pick your brains a little bit. Before we leave, I want y'all to let everybody know your businesses, how to contact you, and, you know, the websites, or, you know, the Instagrams or whatever.
Well, I'm Paul. You can find me on my Facebook page at Louis P. Folsom. And just shoot me a message, friend request like that. Hit me up, let me know what you're needing. I can assist you in testing at this present point in time. If you don't want to do testing and you just need protection, lubrication, condoms, let me know. I can come and distribute those out to you. Information, if you just need information, I am the one to come to about information. Gotcha. But you can find me on Louis P.
You can follow me on Instagram. Handsome0624. You will also be able to see any updates in regards to the show, and launching that information. Anything in regards to interior design, you can find that on there as well.
Right.
Okay, and for Rubik's Cleaning, the email is Rubik's, RUBIXX cleaning@gmail.com. And my personal email is Taj, TAJ493@gmail.com. But I'll respond quicker on the business email.
Gotcha. All right, and DeMarcus?
Vice versa.
He said what he said.
With this business.
That part.
All right, you can reach me at the Shalisa Experience pretty much on everything. The Shalisa Experience on Instagram, the Shalisa Experience on Facebook, and the Shalisa Experience at Gmail. Tune in because we got more shows to come, and thank y'all for listening, and thank y'all for coming.
Thank you.
All right.